It's the final reckoning.
As we come to an end to the Mission Impossible saga.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a final reckoning.
It was a final reckoning. It was a final showdown. It was a final everything.
Even though, was it really final though?
That's
you see what I'm saying? It's about to be just like the final destination, and then we have final destination bloodlines. So the way that it ended, it leaves the door open.
There probably can be a possibility for more Mission Impossible.
Absolutely.
And actually, the team that they left off with seems legit to me.
It's a different spin.
Yeah, it's
not the same thing, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's a different spin, but I mean, But we're gonna get into the story real quick and everything that surrounds Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Let's go.
This can't all be true.
What a wonderful story. This Mission Impossible actually gave me. I actually enjoyed it. I think the story itself was pretty effective.
Why?
Basically because, there is this bug that is involved in this bomb thingy that can cause global disruption. And it's between Ethan and Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel. They're like the Gabriel has it for his whatever he wants to do with it, and of course you have Ethan trying to get this dude, trying to get the whatever from him. I think that in itself is more like a Mission Impossible story or scenario that it actually resembles the name of the movie Mission Impossible, and it actually had you on the edge of your seat, like it's so suspenseful and thrilling that you're like, damn, are they gonna get through? And even though the fact that it's gonna go in the right direction, but it still have you in this edge of your seat type of thing, because the entire time of the movie I'm like, come on, let's go. You know what I mean? So, and this is good. This is what action movies are supposed to be about. You get what I'm saying? And I tell you no lie. In this movie, there were a lot of minority casts. Of course, you have the president, which was a black female. You had
Queen Mother, and president.
You had another woman again that was. She was the head person of the ship.
Yeah, I think she was the captain.
The captain. You had another captain for the submarine, which was a black man. One of the badass diver was a mixed woman actually. She's mixed. Lucy Tulugarjuk. She is the native woman that was with. Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
Man, you need to listen.
Because I didn't use like the woman. I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but she is the lady that was by.
That was in the artist circle. Yes.
She played a big part in it as well.
Yes.
So yeah, there was a lot of. I mean, you know me already. I was watching this movie, and everything that I'm watching is just like it was just relevancy. Especially for
I agree with everything you said, and I'm gonna add on. I think everything you said echoes how I feel, so I'm not going to restate it. What I will add on to it is that I felt like this came back to basics. I felt like Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, okay, and Fallout, we're starting to get a little bit more fantastical.
Okay.
And it stunts, like everything was pretty much done practically, so obviously it's not about the CGI versus, but it just was like, it was just getting to me a little bit more outrageous. And I felt like the stunts and I felt like the storyline was a little bit more streamlined in this one, which made me appreciate it more. I wasn't that crazy about Dead Reckoning.
I think Dead Reckoning was good. To me, I think it was good.
It's mid. To me, it was mid.
Oh yeah.
Like within the Mission Impossible franchise. Don't get me wrong. It's a damn good action movie. I'm not gonna take that away from it. But as far as the Mission Impossible one, to me, that ranks mid to me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And Fallout as well. There were some parts that I absolutely loved about Fallout, and there were some parts that I was like a little bit annoyed about Fallout. Okay. Like to me, one of my top favorites was Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible 1, and even this one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But as you see all these things come together, you see the realism and you see the stakes of it. Okay. And that is something that I really, really appreciate.
You know what? For me, Dead Reckoning was actually a top movie. Why? Is because it had so much action scenes in it that was relevant for the name of the movie.
But you know me, that's not my taste.
Listen, especially for the car chases, that scene, the fighting scenes, everything was just so blended out in it. And that alone for itself kind of pushed the limits to Mission Impossible movie, where we've probably seen the older Mission Impossible movies, but this had a lot more intense action scenes in it for me. Also with the Final Reckoning, it had a lot more intense scenes in it.
To me, they were intentional.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't just having action to have action. That's what I think Dead Reckoning was about, was having action to have action, whereas the Final Reckoning had action that was intentional.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And to gabble off that, the story itself showed you another side of Ethan, where with the last Reckoning, they started pinning him as like a legendary guy. Like one of the in his career, he's like well thought about, he's well talked about, he's well feared. He's well feared. All of
okay, as he should.
You get what I'm saying?
He was that dude.
Coming from where he was at, because remember that the original Mission Impossible, his entire team got murdered. You get what I'm saying? And now to where he is right now, it kind of pushed him as, this dude is who he is, and he can get the job done. Just trust him, or give him the rope to kind of free him up a little bit so that he can do whatever he have to do to get the job done.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then also, I agree with that. And then also, I really, really, speaking of Mission Impossible 1, I really like the callbacks. I really like the callbacks to even Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah, that is like connected.
You actually start this whole shit that happened in Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning because of the rabbit's foot in Mission Impossible 3. Yeah. You have the tech who, when they stole the Noctis, okay, now he reappears in a meaningful role. I really appreciate that, because we didn't have to know about him.
Yeah.
But it made sense. It made sense. And that's why I said I really liked this movie and I liked this story because it was intentional about what it was doing and it wasn't about fan service.
Yes.
So, I said,
everything in the plot made sense.
Yes.
Everything started formulating. Everything had a 360-degree idea of what the end game was. And that's what I like about this movie. It had everything as an espionage, spy thriller type of thing. You know what I mean? I loved it.
So what you gonna give it?
I'm definitely gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The story itself,
I agree.
A 9 out of 10.
We're aligned.
Yeah, definitely.
We're aligned.
Yeah, definitely.
That was just 2 months ago. This explains the handcuffs.
For most of the acting, it was nothing short of wonderful acting. Wonderful. The cast itself was great.
Yes.
At what their position was in the movie itself. From Tom Cruise already, Haley Atwell, Pam Clementif, that's the Paris. You have Ving Rhames, of course. I was so sad how Ving Rhames got off. how he was put out. You know what I mean?
I agree.
He was foundation.
I agree.
Team member, and it out my life, bro.
Actually, I should have said this in the story. That was the only thing I really wish that would have happened. That actually all three of them would have gone out.
Gone through.
Yes.
Yeah. True.
Not
True.
Yeah.
And to what they have it that Ving Rhames' character was sick in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's understandable.
I mean, it made sense within the movie.
Yeah.
But like I said, I personally, I actually would have liked all three of those characters to have passed on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, of course, the acting was great from every one of them.
Including Angela Bassett, Miss Erica, President Erica Slode.
Yep. She was wonderful.
Listen, Viola
she was
and
in charge,
Angela
man.
are giving us presidents.
She was in charge, man.
Yes.
She was.
Yes.
She was that mode that she had.
And it wasn't forceful. It was just about her.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she was young or whatever. Like it was just about I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and who are you? And that's the thing. Also, she's always had that motif.
Yeah.
Since Fallout,
she
always had that motif.
That was just like commanding feel, like that commanding essence of her. You know what I mean? That was I don't know, bro. She get it from me, bro. She get it.
Absolutely.
All of them get it.
So, what we doing?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10 overall. The entire cast, 9 out of fucking 10.
I don't know. I think it's a perfect score to me.
9.
No, I think it's a 10.
A 10.
There wasn't a loose nail there. There was no one that was loose.
You know,
everybody was on their shit.
I give it 9 out of 10 because, even though, because the entire movie was based on action scenes after action scenes. So there wasn't like a Oscar role type acting that was going on. Everyone played a role and everyone did well, and that's it. That's
fine. It wasn't Oscar.
You know?
It wasn't like Oscar, right? But I'm actually going to say that there was many down scenes that actually showed some type of feeling and some type of range.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about the action for me. So that's why I give it a 10. I think that they did not miss fire on any of the major or minor characters. And that helped make this incredibly enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Nope, 10 out of 10 for me.
10 out of 10?
Nope.
Right. That's not good.
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan.
That submarine scene was everything. And this is what I'm talking about going back to basics and not being so fantastical. Other than both of the airplane dogfights, both in Final Reckoning and in Fallout, especially Fallout for me. No, actually, Fallout was a better dogfight. Yeah. But those, I think, to me, go a little bit beyond. But like the submarine scene, like when he was getting the knockless, when he was getting the underwaterless, those were the kind of scenes that make you grip onto whatever you're watching, and it has your full attention. And I loved it. And a lot of that submarine scene was practical, and I was just like, if you're going to blow the budget and you blew it on this scene, I ain't mad at you. It was so good. Their action scenes, so good.
For real. I think Christopher McQuarrie did wonderful in it. He did the Fallout and Dead Reckoning as well. And he did Top Gun, Maverick.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did it. He did what he needed to do. He brought that final Mission Impossible to a level where it's gonna be like, this is the final Mission Impossible. Let's go all out. And all of the scenes with Tom Cruise that he was in doing the stunts, he did even the submarine scene.
That's what I'm saying.
He did everything by himself.
Tom Cruise is everything. A force.
Listen, I give respect to that dude because he did everything by himself, bro. Everything, and I'm like, I don't see no one that's doing that.
Yeah.
I don't see no one that's doing that. Like what he's doing, acting and doing the stunts.
And the stunts and the kind of stunts he's doing. It's not just there he's doing his own stunts. Okay, it's the kind of stunts
The
you're
kind
doing.
of stunts that he's
And
doing. Yeah.
that, like I said, this movie to me had it all. It had really great acting. It had really great action. It actually had a story. It actually had some downtime to play around with your emotions.
Yeah.
Even though it was long, it still had a lot going for it.
You know what? I didn't even know that it was that long because I was so
For the most part,
immersed into the movie
Yeah.
itself. You know what I mean? I was enjoying every single bit of it.
Yeah.
Even the first set of scenes that there wasn't much action but more of a story developing to the final of the movie itself. I loved every part of it. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for me, bro.
10 out of 10?
Action scenes, 10 out of fucking 10.
Okay.
For me.
I'm going to say 10 out of 10 for me too.
Definitely. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
It's come to this. You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Ah, yeah, the visual effects. Visual effects was really good, even though because I think one of the major visual effects that was the underwater scene with the submarine, where he got sucked out of the submarine and it got like the submarine kind of hitched on part of his thing.
That was crazy.
It was pulling him down.
That was crazy, bro.
Like,
He
oh,
should have died.
shit.
His character should have died. And
Yo.
honestly, that would have been fine if his
That's
character
crazy.
would have died right there. Because how many 9 lives does this man have to have? How many plot armor does this man have to have?
Oh my
okay?
God, bro.
However, we're talking about the visual effects, and that still looked
So good,
good.
bro. So
It
good.
was very immersive.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To the point where I'm like, yo, is he gonna die right here?
Yeah, definitely.
Is he gonna die right here?
That visual effects kind of put body into the movie, bro.
Yeah.
Everything. It put everything that we actually needed for an action movie. Everything that was in it was involved in that movie. You know what I mean? Visual effects, I'm definitely going to give it a 9 out of 10.
Yep.
Perfectly. Yep.
9 out of 10.
All right, so overall, the movie Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, even though I'm so sad that it have to go. I don't know. Probably they might be coming back with a new set of Mission Impossible, which is likely. I think they would. I think they would do something.
I think right
for it
now,
again.
if they do, it's going to be something that's going to have a smaller budget.
Yeah, probably.
Because right now, because of the way that these movies are budgeted, it's going to be very hard for it to make back its money. It's not the fact that it's not a decent movie. It's a really good movie.
Yeah,
But it's
not
going to
a
be
lot of people
hard to make
watching
back its money because the budget is so big.
Yeah.
So if they are able to do it and streamline that budget,
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be when you're going to see it happening.
Yeah.
If they can't do it for a small budget, that's why it doesn't.
Yeah, definitely. I think Mission Impossible brought everything to the table as an action movie.
As a final
As a
reckoning.
final
reckoning.
Final. You know what I mean? So yeah, it brought everything. I had no issues. Well, I had probably a few minor things, but that's just my preference.
I agree. There was few.
Yeah, but that's just my preference. But overall, it was a solid movie. You know, Tom Cruise brought it down. He did his thing. Of course, the other rest of cast members in the movie did their thing as well. So for me, I will definitely give the entire movie a 9 out of 10. I want to give it a 9.5 as a matter of fact. 9.5.
Let's go.
Out of 10.
Let's go.
There you go.
I need us to argue. I need us to find a
Yeah,
movie
we-
that
yeah,
we're
we
gonna
need
be
to
on the
argue, bro.
on opposite sides.
Listen, we have bring her back. We have bring her back to talk about, but that's for another time. All right, but
I was about to say, let's go. I'm here for the conversation.
yeah, there you go, man. All right,
So-
so of course, guys, if you watched Mission Impossible the Final Reckoning, let us know what you think about the movie itself. Let us know in the comment section. Of course, you can check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch.
And this is your first time, don't let it be your last. hit that subscribe, hit that notification so you know when we drop a next video. Like he said, we will be dropping Bring Her Back soon.
Yeah, hopefully by next week. By next week we'll drop.
Hopefully by this weekend.
We talk about that too. Lord have mercy.
Let's go.
Anyway,
yeah.
Lord have mercy. Oh. Yeah. Anyway,
back
guys.
Back to back. Anyway, okay, let's go.
Peace to the gods. I'm Jay.
I'm Lane.
Talk on the flip side of things. All right.
All right. Peace to the gods.
Peace to the gods.